Hi there, it's Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com coming at you at the January 15th spoilers. We've got some good ones today. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and talk about these tribute guys that when they untap, you have the option to pay mana and to get a creature. So each one of the colors has one of these cards. The first one here for white is called God-Favored General. This one's inspired, says whenever, let's actually zoom in here. So this one's called God-Favored General. It's inspired as whenever God-Favored General becomes untapped, you may pay 2 and a white if you do put 2 1/1 white soldier enchantment creature tokens on the battlefield. And these are kind of cool because they're enchantment creature tokens, and there's a lot of things in this format that actually use enchantments, like when enchantments come into play. And therefore, this could have some pretty crazy combos with those cards. I'm sure I'll be brewing with these they're uncommons, and they're pretty low casting cost. Like, this is just a 2 mana, and then on your turn 3 after you've attacked, or actually be your turn 4, when you untap, you actually have the 3 mana if you'd like to put in 2 1/1 soldiers rather than do anything else with your mana. You'll be able to play a land that turn, but how this works with Inspired is you'll have to use this during your untap phase. And once it becomes untapped, you can pay the 3, which you will have 3 available mana on that turn. So they've made it really easy to make this card work. So turn 2, you cast this guy's 1/1. Turn 3, you attack with it. Turn 4, you'll have 3 mana in its inspired mode to actually pay the inspired cost and put 2 1/1 soldier tokens. So kind of cool. So let's go down then to the blue one. And the blue one is called Area Worshippers. And it's a 4 mana and then 3, so it doesn't synergize as well as the white one. This one, you get to put a 2/2 bird creature token with flying. So in my opinion, not as powerful as the white one. I don't think this one will see as much play. Again, 4 mana for a 2/4 that doesn't have flying itself is kind of clunky, especially if you have to tack in with it or figure out another way to tap it. But again, this doesn't have to happen in your untap phase. So again, if we're just comparing costs, 3 mana for a 2/2 bird is pretty much the same as the 3 mana for 2 1/1 creatures, soldier creatures that do not fly. So not a bad card. Let's go on to the next one, which is going to be the Forlorn Sudama. And this one's a zombie, 4 mana for 2/1. So right there, it's a little bit weaker than the 2 mana for a 1/1. And you get just a 2/2 black zombie enchantment, so for 3 mana. So definitely weaker than the other two, as it's going to cost you 4 mana just for a 2/1 rather than a 2/4 or a 3 mana for a 1/1, or 2 mana for a 1/1, excuse me. So, and then a 2/2 black zombie, I would say, is not on par with either a 2/2 flyer nor 2 1/1 individual tokens either. So not a big fan of the black one. And then on to the red one, we have the, let's see if they've actually spoiled this one here. Doesn't appear they've, oh, here it is, okay. This one's kind of cool because this is the haste. It's 3 mana for a 2/1 haste. That's not terrible. And when it untaps, you can actually get a 3/1 red elemental enchantment. And I think elemental actually might be a tribe that's useful in the coming days. And then you also get it also has haste. So it's 3 mana for a 3/1 haster. So I think that one's actually a little more powerful than either individual 1/1 soldier tokens or the 2/2 flyer. So I'm liking this red one a lot. Again, I don't know if these are playable for standard, but they'll definitely be fun limited cards. And I'm hoping to actually get a couple of these in my pre-release because like I said, I'd love to go blue-red. But again, blue-red isn't a color combination. It's all allied colors in Born of the Gods. But we'll see if it actually works. So then the green one is going to be the Ferris Band Raiders. And this one's 6 mana for 5/5. And it's inspired as you get a 3/3 for 3. So its inspired ability is it's on par again with a 2/2 flyer or 2 1/1 token. So I mean, most of these are pretty much the same power level, except for the black one I think is a little underpowered. And this one's a little awkward as it's costing 6. So definitely out of these ones, my 2 favorite are going to be the white and the red. And if I were to rank them, I'd say it'd go red, white, blue, green, and then black, being the power rating for the inspired that put tokens into play. So now that those are out of the way, let's get to the fun stuff here. Let's see if I'm missing anything else. The first one that I want to talk about is going to be Drown in Sorrows. Let's find it here. Drown in Sorrows, I think this is going to be one of the most impactful cards because this is perfect for mono black control. Mono black control definitely could utilize this bad boy. It is Infest, reprinted again. It's all creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn, but you get a scry 1, and that scry is pretty good. That's like, I've read some articles that scry 1 is about 0.3 card advantage, because, I mean, if you might want the card on top of your library, but if you have to scry it away, that's pretty good. And that's what they've determined, that the value of scry is about 0.3 if it were to be a draw card ability. And this is just, I mean, it's just a strict upgrade to Infest. It's exactly what Mono Black needs. And Mono Black does need a way to stop hyper-aggressive decks. I mean, they do have ways to, like, Ultimate Prize Doomblade to kill, like, go 1-for-1, but most control decks want to get more than a 1-for-1, and Drowned Sorrows could easily be a 2-for-1 or a 3-for-1. What I mean by that is you're using one card to kill 2 cards, or one card to kill 3 cards. So it takes out the Burning Tree Emissaries. Like, I've already said that I think that a combo is going to be Burning Tree Emissary into a Zerta Druid, and this Drowned Sorrows definitely takes care of that, because with Burning Tree Emissary into Zerta Druid, you're up to 4 Devotion for Xenagos. And we haven't seen Xenagos yet to see if he actually is worth it, but I'm thinking that there will be some spells or other creatures that actually will use the dual Devotion, and that little combination just to me seems pretty insane, going, you know, turn 2 Burning Tree Emissary into Zerta Druid, having the next turn the ability to tap 4 mana, which will probably be the cost of Xenagos. So Drowned Sorrows will be an answer for that hyper-aggressive draw. I mean, we already do see, like, the ability to go Burning Tree Emissary into Scavenging Ooze, or Burning Tree Emissary into Gore Clan or Gorehouse Chainwalker. And if we get, like, another very aggressive card, like if we got a 2/2 haster for 2 mana, this would give you a way to actually kill both of them. And definitely this will see a lot of standard play. I'm sure Esper Control might want it. I'm sure a few other control decks like black-green control will want it. They're using Golgari Charm right now, and this is just another either addition to Golgari Charm or just a strict upgrade to Golgari Charm. Even though Golgari Charm is an instant speed, the good thing about Drowned Sorrows, it will be a lot better versus Mono Blue, as this will actually kill, versus the -1/-1 strategy right now, as it will actually kill the Tidebinder mages, and will kill, on turn number 2, it will be really good because it will kill an evolved Cloudfin Raptor. So Drowned Sorrow will be a very, very good tool against Mono Blue. And I won't say that Mono Blue is dead, but this card will definitely put a damper on it, because Mono Black is already a bad matchup for Mono Blue. All right, so on to the next one. Let's see here. Let's just zoom this in. This one is Mind Reaver. And excuse me if the quality of this video is not as good as the ones in the past. I've switched over to the new computer. So yeah, thank you for all the donations. I was able to get this. I spent about $1,100 on this computer, and it renders so fast, but I don't have all the software quite tweaked yet, so the video quality might not be as good. I'll be working on that soon, and we'll have some better content coming soon. Another good announcement is I will be spending a lot more time on my YouTube channel. I'm either going to be downgrading my hours at my day job, or just quitting to be trying to do this YouTube and some of my other pursuits full time. So thanks a lot for all those that made this happen. The channel has been growing so well over this past year. This Roguedeckbuilder is just over a year old now, and you know, with 6.5 thousand subscribers, and we're approaching 800,000 video views. This has been amazing. Anyway, we'll go back to this Mind Reaver. Mind Reaver is kind of cool. I don't know how much play it will see. Mono Blue probably won't want it, because the only way they have the ability to trigger off Heroic right now is with Mizium Skin. But I mean, this card might be kind of cool with Hidden Strings, but you'd have to sacrifice your own dude. But I mean, you could actually put Hidden Strings on another target creature. So something like Niv Magus Elemental, and then be able to target the Mind Reaver. And then if you mill, it's the top 3 cards too. So with like Hidden Strings, that's 3 cards per turn. But the coolest thing about it is you can sacrifice it to counter a target spell that was exiled with Mind Reaver. So who knows how powerful that's going to be. I'm not going to discount this card yet. And it is a 2/1 for 2. Maybe I still think Tidebinder Mage or Frostburn Weird is better, so I don't see it replacing it. But I'm sure that some deck will utilize this. And again, the combos with Heroic are, I mean, God's willing. We have so many. I mean, I know that you white Heroic decks are already pretty powerful, but I'm sure there'll be some better Heroic enablers for blue in this set that are yet to be spoiled. So I don't exactly know the power level of Mind Reaver yet, but it could be quite good. So anywho, Let's go on to the next one, which is going to be Ragemonger. Ragemonger is a very interesting card. We do still need to see a 2-mana Minotaur, in my opinion, to make the Minotaur tribe actually work. The good news is we have awesome cards like Mutavault right now, and Ragemonger combos pretty well with the 5-mana casting cost Minotaur that is a 2/3 that gives all your Minotaurs haste and +2/+0 when they attack. So that's pretty sweet, as this can make it come out on turn number 4 now, and then you could actually swing in for, it'd be swinging for 8 plus without whatever other Minotaurs. The coolest thing about that is it will reduce the cost to 3 and will allow you to actually activate a Mutavault. So on turn number 4, you can attack with Ragemonger, which would be a 4/3. You'd be able to attack in with the other Minotaur, which would be a 4/3, and a Mutavault, which would be a 4/2. So you could swing it for a total of 12 damage on turn number 4, which is pretty aggressive. And these Minotaurs all have pretty good bodies. They're all at least 2/3s, and they build off each other. It's starting to look to be a good little tribe. So I'd like to see a better 2-mana Minotaur than the 2/3 regenerate has to attack each turn guy, but he's not bad if Minotaurs continue to get love. So maybe it might be time to start speccing in Rageblood Shamans. Rageblood Shamans are the Minotaurs that are 2/3 and give all their Minotaurs +1/+1. I don't know if they'll be aggressive enough to actually be a tier 1 deck or even a standard playable, but we'll just have to wait and see for those Minotaurs. Another cool thing about this is that this is the devotion to the Mogus. And I actually kind of like the god, Mogus. I think it's one of the gods that actually wants to become a creature, because a 7/5 in very aggressive colors is something you want to activate, as it is just a few turns. It's a turn 3 clock if you got that dude, and even quicker if they're actually having to pay the 2 life instead of sacrificing creatures. So anyway, on to the last notable spoiler of today is going to be my favorite one, and we'll pop this guy up for you. Initially, when I looked at this, I'm like, meh, this isn't that great. Commander seems very, very broken, but I'm starting to think that this card's actually not too bad in a Reanimator type strategy because of the ability to put this back on top of your library, draw into it, and then you can hard cast it by that point. You'll have the mana. But again, it is very mana intensive. You're going to be spending 6 mana to put it on the battlefield, and then 5 mana sacrifice X other creatures, and you gotta know that keyword is other creatures. You're not gonna be able to sacrifice itself, to return X target creatures from your graveyard to the battlefield. I really want to make a Jund dragon deck, as I've been wanting to build a dragon with the Scourge of Valakut for so long, as you can actually do like a 1-turn kill if you can have all the dragons enter the battlefield at the same time. They'll all see each other at the same time, and Scourge of Valakut will make them all deal damage equal to the number of dragons in play. So let's say you had 2 Scourge of Valakut in the graveyard and 2 other dragons. It's going to be triggering twice, and it'll be a total of 24 damage that you'll be able to do. So Champion of the Stray Souls, that'll probably be my first brew, is with the Dragon's Brew, and I'll have to do an MTGO. MTGO is currently downloading. I don't even have it on this computer at the moment. But as soon as I get MTGO up and running on this computer, I'll show you a shell that I think would be good for a dragon reanimator type strategy. Again, I don't expect it to be tier 1 or even tier 2. And just fringe. It'll be a fun standard deck, and I'm sure I'll do a Roguedeckbuilder series with it. So yeah, this guy is definitely going to be a card that I'll pick up early. Again, I don't see it really impacting standard that much because it's too easy to shut down. You have to wait an entire turn. But Angel Serenity might see play again, and even Borbo might see play. I'll definitely probably put a Borbo in that deck that I was just talking about. But I think that you could easily see a reanimation strategy with this guy. People are already talking about how kind of some of my this might be an addition to Immortal Servitude deck. Probably isn't impactful enough. You'd have to have that many creatures out. Good thing about this is tokens work with it, and like the Aberrant Overlord, you could actually sacrifice the tokens to get back actual creatures. So we'll have to wait and see. Again, if Grey Merchants of Asphodel are in the graveyard, that's pretty powerful. You sacrifice the Aberrant Overlord, tokens, get back some Grey Merchants. You'll at least see, even if you only get back 1 Grey Merchant, that's going to be 6 damage. If you get back multiple Grey Merchants, it's going to be even more, and that could be a kill that way. So definitely, I think this guy's worth looking at specific brews with him and building around, and that's what I like about Magic the Gathering is, unique brews, and this guy will definitely be in my arsenal. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the spoilers for the 15th of January. More spoilers to come tomorrow. This has been Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.